You ever find yourself staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m., wondering why life seems like one endless punch to the gut? You ever sit there replaying every conversation, every decision, every moment where you thought you were doing the right thing, but ended up with nothing but bruises on your soul? It's simple, they don't care. They never did, and they never will. And you've been running around like some desperate fool, throwing yourself into the fire over and over again, hoping someone will finally see you, hear you, understand you. But here's the truth. The more you beg for their attention, the less they notice. You keep slamming your head against that same brick wall, expecting something miraculous to happen. But let me tell you, it won't. Not until you change. Not until you figure out the one thing nobody ever tells you. The secret to surviving this mess of a world isn't fighting back or screaming louder than everyone else. Oh no, it's something far more sinister, far more powerful. It's detachment. Yeah, detachment. Sounds cold, doesn't it? You're probably thinking, how does stepping away from everything help me? How does pretending I don't care stop people from treating me like garbage? But that's where you're wrong. See, people, they thrive on your desperation. They feed off your neediness, your attempts to prove yourself, your constant craving for validation. When you give them that, when you hand over your energy like some sacrificial lamb, they win. Every single time. They love it when you break down. They adore watching you unravel. Why? Because it gives them power. Power they don't deserve. Power they wouldn't know what to do with if it didn't come wrapped in your pain. But when you detach, when you pull back and refuse to play their little game, that's when the tables turn. That's when they start squirming. That's when they start losing their grip because, let's face it, most people can't handle someone who doesn't react. Someone who doesn't give them the satisfaction of knowing they got under your skin. They need your response, your anger, your frustration. Without it, they're lost. Ever notice how uncomfortable people get when you don't rise to the bait? Ever see how uneasy they become when you just sit there calm and collected while they flail around trying to provoke you? They want you to snap. They want you to explode so they can point at you and say, "See? That's why we don't take you seriously." But when you stay silent, when you refuse to engage, it throws them off balance. It makes them question themselves. Did they push too hard? Did they cross a line? Are you planning something? Suddenly, they're the ones panicking, the ones falling apart. And all you did was step back. Detachment isn't just about walking away. It's about taking back control. It's about refusing to let anyone dictate how you feel, how you act, how you live your life. You see, these people, they want to own you. They want to pull your strings, watch you dance to their tune, laugh at your misery. But when you stop dancing, when you cut those strings, that's when they realize they've got nothing. Nothing but empty threats and hollow words. Because without your reaction, without your energy, they're powerless. Completely and utterly powerless. You want to know why people treat you like dirt? It's not because you're weak. It's not because you're not good enough. It's because you've been too generous with your emotions, too eager to please, too willing to bend over backward for people who wouldn't lift a finger for you. You've been giving pieces of yourself to people who don't deserve them, hoping they'll finally see your worth. But here's the harsh reality: they don't want to see it. They don't care about your perspective, your feelings, your struggles. All they care about is what they can take from you. And trust me, the more you give, the more they'll take, until there's nothing left of you but an empty shell. Ever notice how the detached ones always seem to have the upper hand? How they glide through life, untouched by the chaos swirling around them? That's because they figured it out. They've learned that detachment is power. Detachment is control. When you're unbothered, people don't know what to do with you. They can't predict your next move. They can't manipulate you. And that terrifies them. It throws them off balance, makes them vulnerable. Because detachment, it's a mirror. It forces people to look at themselves, to confront their own insecurities, their own flaws, their own weaknesses. And most people, they can't handle that. They'd rather keep you engaged, keep you distracted, keep you focused on their nonsense so they don't have to deal with their own demons. So what do? You stop reacting. You stop explaining yourself. You stop defending yourself. You stop giving them your time, your energy, your words. You let your detachment do the talking. Let it speak louder than anything you could ever say. Let it haunt them. Let it creep into their thoughts, their nightmares. Trust me, it will. Because detachment, it's deafening. It's suffocating. It's the one thing they can't handle. The one thing they can't control. You think being nice is going to get you somewhere in this world? You think if you just keep bending over backward, swallowing your pride, playing the martyr, they'll finally give you the respect you deserve? Being nice gets you walked all over. Being nice gets you used. People see your kindness and they exploit it. They take and take and take until there's nothing left to give. And then they toss you aside like yesterday's trash. They don't care about you. They don't care about your feelings. They don't care about your struggles. All they care about is what they can get from you. And the moment you stop being useful to them, they're gone. So what do? You stop caring. You stop bending over backward for people who wouldn't lift a finger for you. You stop giving your time, your energy, your words to people who don't deserve them. You go silent. You let them wonder. Let them second guess themselves. Let them drown in their own guilt, their own insecurities, their own failures. And you just keep walking. Keep your head high, your mouth shut, your eyes forward. You don't owe anyone an explanation. You don't owe anyone your time. You don't owe anyone your energy. They didn't earn it, and they sure as hell don't deserve it. You think detachment makes you weak? You think it makes you look like a pushover? Nah. Detachment is strength. Detachment is power. Detachment is the ultimate weapon. Because when you're detached, You're in control. You're the one calling the shots. You're the one holding all the cards. And they're left scrambling, trying to figure out what the hell just happened, trying to figure out how they lost control, trying to figure out how you slipped through their fingers. And let me tell you something, there's nothing more satisfying than watching someone who thought they had power over you fall apart when you go quiet. When you give them nothing, no reaction, no emotion, just cold, calculated detachment. It drives them crazy, makes them feel small, makes them feel powerless, and that's the sweet taste of victory. People are terrified of detachment, terrified of being left alone with their thoughts, terrified of having to face themselves. And when you go silent, when you leave them with nothing but their own insecurities, their own doubts, their own fears, they crumble every single time. So stop talking. Stop explaining yourself. Stop trying to make people understand. They don't want to understand. They don't care about you. They only care about themselves. So let them have their noise. Let them scream and shout and make a scene. You just stand there, calm, quiet, unbothered. Because detachment, that's your weapon. That's your shield. That's your power. And when they come crawling back, when they start begging for your attention, your words, your time, you don't give it to them. You keep walking. Keep your mouth shut. Let your detachment speak for itself. Because that's when you've won. That's when you've taken control. People want to play games. They want to mess with your head. Fine, let them. But you don't play by their rules. You don't let them see you sweat. You don't give them the satisfaction of a reaction. You kill them with your silence. Make them feel small, insignificant, powerless. And in the end, you walk away with your head high while they're left choking on the emptiness you leave behind. Don't get me wrong, they're gonna call you cold. They're gonna say you've changed. They're gonna say you're heartless. Good, let them. Let them think whatever they want. Because the truth is, they were never worth your warmth. They were never worth your kindness. They were never worth your energy. All they were ever worth was your detachment. Be detached. It's not just about staying quiet. It's about holding back your power. Every word you give away is a piece of you they don't deserve. When you speak, you offer them insight and opening a chance to manipulate your emotions. But when you remain detached, they get nothing. Detachment is the ultimate shield, the impenetrable fortress. No one can break through it. It makes people uneasy, makes them question their own actions, makes them wonder what you're really thinking. In detachment, you hold all the cards and they're left scrambling, searching for answers that will never come. You see, detachment has a way of making people confront their own fears, their own insecurities. They'll try to provoke you, try to get a rise out of you. But the more you refuse to respond, the more they unravel. They'll wonder why you're not reacting, why you're not playing their game. That's when the tables turn. That's when you hold the power. Your detachment speaks louder than anything you could ever say. It's a constant reminder that they no longer control you, that their words and actions mean nothing, and that terrifies them. So let them scream, let them talk, let them make noise. You stay silent, unbothered, untouchable. Your detachment isn't just a lack of words, it's a declaration, a statement that you're above their games, above their petty attempts to tear you down. It's not surrender, it's strength, it's power. And in a world that thrives on chaos and noise, detachment is the rarest, most lethal weapon you can wield. That's what you give them. Detachment. Cold, hard, unforgiving. You let them feel the weight of it. Let it wrap around them like a chain, squeezing tighter and tighter until they can't breathe. You let it crush them, because that's what they deserve. That's what they've earned. People are parasites. They latch on to you, suck you dry, and then move on to the next victim. But when you stop feeding them, when you go silent, when you refuse to give them what they crave, they starve, they wither, they die, and you're free. So stop wasting your breath on people who don't care. Stop giving your time, your energy, your words to people who don't deserve them. You want to survive in this world? You want to stop getting hurt? You want to stop feeling like everyone's punching bag? Then shut your mouth. Go silent. Watch how they crumble when you give them nothing. Kill them with your silence. Because in this world, that's the only way to survive. You ever feel like the world's out to get you? Like no matter what you do, no matter how hard you try, it's always one step ahead, waiting to knock you down again? You're not wrong. It is out to get you. People, they don't care about your struggle. They don't care about your pain. They don't care about your victories or your failures unless it serves them somehow. And that's the truth they'll never tell you. The world doesn't reward effort. It rewards power. It rewards control. It rewards those who know how to take what they want without giving anything back. So, if you're tired of being the one who gives and gives until there's nothing left, it's time to change the game. Here's the thing. People are predictable. They operate on patterns, habits, instincts. They crave reaction. They thrive on chaos. They love seeing you squirm because it makes them feel bigger, stronger, better. But here's the catch. They can't handle someone who refuses to play their game, someone who doesn't react, someone who doesn't give them the satisfaction of knowing they've gotten under your skin. That's where you come in. That's where you flip the script. You stop reacting. You stop feeding into their nonsense. You become untouchable. Let me tell you, something touchability isn't just a state of mind. It's a strategy. It's a way of moving through the world without letting it drag you down. Untouchability means you don't let their words stick to you. You don't let their actions define you. You don't let their opinions shape who you are. You exist outside of their influence. You rise above it. You become a ghost in their lives, a presence they can't ignore, but can't quite grasp either. And trust me, that drives them insane. Ever notice how people freak out when they can't pin you down? when they can't label you, categorize you, or predict your next move. That's because uncertainty terrifies them. They need to know where they stand with you. They need to know if you're a threat, an ally, or just another pawn in their little game. But when you refuse to show your hand, when you keep them guessing, they start to unravel. They start to question everything. Are you mad at them? Are you plotting against them? Do you even care? And the beauty of it is you don't have to answer. In fact, you shouldn't. Because here's the truth. Silence isn't just absence. It's presence. It's a force. It's a statement that says louder than any words ever could, I'm here, but I'm not yours. I'm untouchable. I'm unbothered. I'm in control. And the more you embrace that silence, the more you embody that untouchability, the less power they have over you. Because power, it's not about yelling the loudest or making the biggest scene. Power is about subtlety. It's about precision. It's about knowing exactly when to strike and when to hold back. And most of the time, holding back is the deadliest move you can make. People hate it when you hold back. They hate it when you don't give them what they expect. They hate it when you refuse to engage in their drama, their games, their attempts to pull you into their orbit. Why? Because it leaves them powerless. Think about it. What's a puppeteer without a puppet? What's a manipulator without someone to manipulate? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And that's what you become when you embrace untouchability. You render them useless. You strip them of their tools, their weapons, their leverage. And all it takes is your refusal to participate. But here's the kicker: untouchability isn't just about shutting people out. It's about choosing who gets in. It's about setting boundaries so strong, so impenetrable, that only those who truly deserve your time, your energy, your attention can cross them. Everyone else, they stay on the outside looking in. They watch as you glide through life, untouched by their chaos, their toxicity, their neediness. And yeah, it pisses them off. It frustrates them to no end. But that's not your problem. Your job isn't to make them happy. Your job is to survive, to thrive, to win. And winning doesn't mean playing dirty. It doesn't mean stooping to their level or becoming what they are. Winning means rising above it, rising above them. It means refusing to let their pettiness, their insecurities, their desperation infect you. It means staying clean while they drown in their own mess. Because here's the thing, people who rely on manipulation, on drama, on chaos to feel powerful, they're drowning. They're sinking deeper and deeper into their own filth, and they're desperate for someone to pull them out. Don't be that person. Let them sink. Let them choke on their own lies, their own greed, their own selfishness. You don't owe them a lifeline. Instead, focus on building yourself up. Focus on becoming someone who doesn't need validation from others. Someone who doesn't need approval or acceptance to feel whole. Someone who knows their worth and refuses to settle for anything less. That's what untouchability is all about. It's about owning your power. It's about recognizing your value and refusing to let anyone diminish it. It's about standing tall even when the world tries to push you down. And the best part? Once you master it, once you fully embrace it, you'll realize something incredible: you don't need them. You never did. You see, untouchability isn't just a shield. It's a mirror. It forces people to confront who they really are, their insecurities, their flaws, their weaknesses, and most of them can't handle it. They'd rather keep you distracted, keep you engaged, keep you tangled up in their web of nonsense so they don't have to face themselves. But when you step back, when you detach, when you become untouchable, you force them to look in that mirror. And let me tell you, that's where the real damage happens. Because nothing destroys a person faster than having to confront their own reflection. So, what do? You stop giving them ammunition. You stop handing over pieces of yourself to people who don't deserve them. You stop letting them dictate how you feel, how you act, how you live your life. You take back your power. You reclaim your energy. You become the master of your own fate. And you do it all without saying a word. Because actions are, in this case, inaction speak, louder than words ever could. Your silence becomes your armor. Your detachment becomes your weapon. Your untouchability becomes your victory. And when they finally realize what's happening, when they finally understand that they've lost their grip on you, it'll be too late. They'll try to reel you back in. They'll try to provoke you, to guilt trip you, to make you feel bad for leaving them behind. But you won't fall for it. You'll keep walking. Keep your head high. Keep your mouth shut. Keep your eyes forward. Because you've already won. You've already taken control. And they're just shadows now. Faint echoes of a past you've left behind. A past you'll never return to. Don't get me wrong, they're going to call you cold. They're going to say you've changed. They're going to accuse you of being heartless, of not caring, of being selfish. Let them think whatever they want. Because the truth is, they were never worth your warmth. They were never worth your kindness. They were never worth your energy. All they were ever worth was your silence, your detachment, your untouchability. And that's exactly what you gave them. So, keep walking, keep winning, keep surviving. Because in this world, that's the only way to truly live. You think this is easy? Thinking silence is just about shutting up and walking away. Number silence is but it's not for the weak. It takes guts to hold back when every fiber of your being wants to scream, to fight, to tear into the people who've wronged you. But here's the thing, they want that. They crave your explosion, your breakdown, your chaos. Because in your chaos, they find their control. They feel powerful. So don't give it to them. Keep your silence. Make it heavy. Let it crush them under its weight. People will try to fill the void you leave. They'll talk over you, around you, about you. Let them. Their words are empty without your reaction. Without your energy, they're nothing but noise. And noise fades. It dissipates. It dies. But silence lingers. It haunts. It burrows deep into their minds, planting seeds of doubt, fear, insecurity. That's where the real damage happens. Not in your response, but in your absence of one. And when they beg for your attention, your validation, your approval, don't give it. Stay silent. Stay untouchable. Watch as they unravel, desperate to reclaim the power they thought they had over you. But you've already won. You've taken back control. You've become the master of your own world. So keep walking. Keep breathing. Keep silencing the noise. This is survival. This is power. This is how you win.